Guys, for any one of you who's in any kind of sales and you're struggling in sales for a long period of time, you need to hear today's message. I have personally been a sales guy for over 2.5 decades. So let me begin by saying one thing. If you are in sales right now for the first 1 to 2 years and you are struggling, I get that. You are surviving, you're learning the craft, you try to understand the ins and out of the business, you're learning your skill set, you're trying to get your mindset stronger to be able to handle rejection. Totally get it. So again, if you are within 2 years in any kind of sales profession and you are not doing well yet, you are surviving, totally fine. However, anyone who's been in sales for more than 2 years and up, and you are still struggling, okay, that is something that is going wrong. You are not doing it right. Let me say that again. If you are in sales for more than 2 years, you're not able to make a good living. I'm not talking about even a big fortune and you becoming wealthy. A good living means what? Maybe six-figure income, like $150,000 in whatever sales career you're in. If you are not at least making that, you are not doing it right, okay? And people always say to me, right? Well, you know what? I'm in this sales career for 3 to 4 years right now. I'm kind of like hanging there. I'm not quitting though. I'm not quitting. I believe in what I do. Listen, man, if you've been in a business, in sales, in a career for more than 3 to 4 years, it ain't about quitting at all. There are a lot of people who's not quitting, but they're financially struggling. You follow what I'm saying? Just because you don't quit doesn't mean you will elevate. So stop hanging around, stop surviving. It's time for you to learn how to elevate, right? So the first advice I'm giving to any sales people that's out there who's struggling and you are in that sales career for more than 2 years, you either quit what you're doing or you quit messing around and get serious and committed to what you do, okay? Now, if you say to me today, well, you know what, it's so difficult to sell a car. It's so difficult to sell real estate. It's so difficult to sell, online stuff. Listen to me. If you tell me you call 10 people and nobody buy anything from you, I totally believe you. Now, if you tell me I call 100 people, nobody buy from me, I will start to not believe in you. And if you tell me I call 500 people and nobody buy from me, I don't believe you anymore. Why? Because sales is a contact sport. Another word for contact sport is volume. It is all about activities. It's all about volume. It's all about large amount of numbers to get the feel, especially if you're in the business of selling, right? Selling is not about closing 90% of what you're trying to sell. It's impossible, right? Now, again, there are very few percentage of the salespeople in the world, their closing ratio is 70, 80, 90%. But majority of the people, I'm gonna tell you, majority of the people that I work with, that I mentor, they don't close 70% all the time. They don't close 60% of the time. The goal is to get to about 30% consistently closing ratio. You're gonna become the top 1% of your industry, of any industry, okay? But here's the key. You got to go through volume. It is a contact sport. It's about calling a lot of different prospects. So let's talk about shooting pool, all right? And you try to shoot the pool, you never play pool in your life, okay? And what if I tell you, look, you have to make every single shot and the ball has to go inside the hole. What is the chance for you to do that? Can I say maybe less than 10%, less than 5%, or maybe 0% because you never play pool? But what if I tell you today, you have unlimited shot shooting pool, unlimited shot, and you just have to make about eight balls, 8 of the balls going to the one of the hole on the people in the pool table. Would you be able to do it eventually if I give you unlimited opportunity to make the shot? Of course you can. That is sales. Sales is not about doing 2 and closing 2. Sales is about doing 10 and close 2. Doing 100, closing 20. Does it make sense for you? Contact sport and volume. And second thing about being successful in any kind of sales is what? Consistency. right? You can do something for a week, for 3 weeks, for a month. Can you do it for 6 months? Can you do it for a year? Can you do it for 2 years? Can you do it for 5 years? Can you do it for a decade? Anyone who can consistently doing something repetitiously with a lot of volume for 3 to 5 years, I promise you one thing. They are most likely the top 1% of that industry already. It's all about consistency. It's not about a 1 month thing, 2 month thing, and you got a little bit lucky that month and you make enough commission and all of a sudden you're over celebrating everything and you stop for the next 4 months. That's the problem for a lot of salespeople that I work with. That's a lot of people that I know. They over celebrate when they have 1 good month or 1-2 month, and they over being depressed, okay? When they don't see results for the first few months, right? You either over celebrate, over excited, or over depressed when you don't see results. So get to an equilibrium level where you're right in the middle. When you do well, don't over celebrate. When you are down, don't get too over depressed. Consistency, volume, consistency. You do those 2 things for a decade, I just don't see how you cannot become the top 1% of any sales industry. All right? Post a comment below. Let me know what you think of today's message and share this video to any salespeople that you know. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, click the link below and subscribe it right now. All right? JW here, and see you next time. Thank you for your support. Take care. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.